So we're still here on the TV set of Claudette's show Svida. I hope I pronounced it correctly.
Yes,
Challenge. Hi.
Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening to you.
Hi. How are you doing?
Fine. Now this time I'm like, when the show is over, I'm very excited. I'm still excited from the program, so it takes me a while to calm down and unwind. It takes me quite a while.
Let's just remind people you're presenting a kind of talent show.
Yes.
And the guy who's just been disqualified. I mean, it made you very sad because you cried on the set.
I've known these children now. I mean, they're just children to me, but they're so sweet. I've known them since August. That's when we call out for auditions, and you start meeting them one by one. And I was present in every stage of the way. Like, even if they're handing in their application, I was there because I wanted to meet them, and I wanted to see if my judgment when meeting them the first time still holds till today, and it does. It does, because you notice qualities in them as to who not only is talented, but who takes this art seriously, and who's prepared, and who knows what they want, and who's undecided. And that's very important for us, because at the end of the day, we're sending one of them to the Millennium Performing Arts in London, which is a huge, I've been there, I've filmed it, it's a fantastic school. It's one of the best you can be in London. And they're going to be acting, singing and dancing from morning till night. They start with a ballet class, they do jazz, they do tap, they do classical, they do contemporary, they do singing, mostly from musicals, and they do acting. And we need someone who can do all three, not perfectly, but we need to see that there is something in them which really drives them. And we had, I can't remember at the moment how many students applied, but if I'm not mistaken, about 80 or 90 applied, and now we're down to the last 6. So it does get very emotional, and I've seen these 6 come quite a long way. They're very talented, and they're also very respectful, and for me that means a lot. And in our field, if you don't show respect to others, nobody will show respect to you. And for me that is, I mean, now after the program I meet them and I talk to them, and there's always something which comes out in each program. Like today I told them, lesson of the week. I notice that some of them are feeling negative about the challenge. They're feeling like, I don't think I can go further than this. If that is what you tell yourself, you will not go further. So you have to say, I may not be that good, but I'm going to try my utmost, and I'm going to get there, And if you have that mentality, and some of them do, and I'm not saying Luke doesn't. Luke's flaw today was when he sang Fever, and he lost both the rhythm and the notes, and he knows it, and he knew that singing was going to be his downfall. I did not think he's going to come this far. He really improved, and he did very well.
Now we're talking about this talent show. There's singing, acting, everything is included in this show. But coming to speak of only the musical business. Nowadays, record companies don't really like to invest in people because there's internet, people downloading songs. Do you think this is the only way for the youngest generation to get a breakthrough, to go through that kind of shows? It's the only way to become successful and famous?
Well, I think we're not promising them fame and success. We're promising them hard work. We're promising them 3 years of really hard, tough work. And that is the reality. In Malta, it is very unrealistic to have talent and become successful the way we become here, because we're small and it's not that difficult. But realistically, and you all know what this means, you really have to work and sweat and strive and still be disappointed. So this is what they need to learn, that no matter how good you are, if you're not in the right place and the right time, and if you don't have the right attitude, and the right attitude is not just about singing the notes correctly or in rhythm, but also in how you prepare yourself, your attitude in class towards your teachers. And from now on, and I think all the teachers have warned them this is what's counting now. Because if your director is telling you, I want you to do this, that and the other. This is what I want you to wear. You can't turn around and tell him, oh, but if I wear that, my panty will show. You know, then you can't be in this business. Thank you very much, goodbye. You know, and I can think of various cases when some of them were not that keen about doing certain things, and I warned them. I said, look, if you're not willing to kiss, you know, I mean, you don't need to be doing something pornographic to kiss. You can be doing Romeo and Juliet. If you're not willing to do that, if it's a problem, then you have to stop. This is not your line. You might be happy doing, you know, the small mediocre things we do here, but if you really want to, I'm basically, this is what my mother thinks, I'm basically giving them the opportunity I did not have. I wish I had this opportunity. I really do. And in my days, we didn't have it, you know. My days are not over. This is what I can do. I can give them this opportunity. It's hard work. Our budgets are very small. We work in small spaces. You know, we should be doing this in a huge theatre with thousands of people, you know. But we're very, very limited. So we're doing what we can with what we have. And I think that is the best approach I can teach them. But this is not realistic. And I keep telling them that. This is not the real show business. You know, and some of the students I've interviewed at the Millennium Performing Arts do all sorts of jobs to keep them going while they're studying, and that's acceptable. And then they find all sorts of jobs afterwards. Some of them actually make it to the West End, and some of them become dancers on cruise liners. Others go to work in Disney Paris, and, you know, why not? But you're earning your living in doing what you love. I don't think I would be happier than that, would I?
Amongst the contestants, have you seen somebody that could sing at Eurovision like you did?
Yes. There are a couple who I think could do well. I don't think they've understood quite well the mechanism of it all, though. They haven't understood how important it is to give interviews, how important it is to work on your PR. And when you ask them a question, they mumble a reply, and you think, oh God, she's looking on the floor, and you're like, no, they can't understand this side of it. You know, some of them are like peeping through the door while you're interviewing me and like saying, oh, look, speak interview. And I kept telling them, this is extremely common in this business. I mean, if you're not going to keep in touch with the people who follow you, then you might as well not do it in the first place, you know. They have a long way to go, but they're young. Most of them are very, very young. I mean, the age bracket to be in the program was between 16 and 25, and I think the oldest one is 23, and the youngest one is 17, so he's just turned 17, Luke just turned 17.
Oh.
But, you know, there's a lot they can do, and there are many, many opportunities for them.
Do you still host Ta-Qali?
No, I don't. This is the only program I'm doing at the moment. It was a bit too much for me to do a daily and an evening program. So this year we opted for having, you know, Lisfida, which is a program I have great passion for. I think, like I said before, I think it's something I can give to the younger generations, and I wish somebody did this in my days.